Dredging the scenic beauty of the Venice of the East, Alappuzha. That's our story today. Alappuzha trip is incomplete without a houseboat cruising, isn't it? And it is not just a houseboat cruising, but a sightseeing trip through the backwaters of Alappuzha in a small boat like this. Actually, 2 or 3 days are not enough to explore the beauty of Alappuzha. And Alappuzha is really a wonderland furnished with paddy fields, calm waters, ducks and so on. And with these, let's begin our journey. We have started our journey from Cochin and reached Pallathurati in Alappuzha by 11 am. This place is a kind of center for houseboats. We have already booked a houseboat and we begin our Alappuzha trip in this houseboat cruise. This is not a houseboat, but since 3 or 4 houseboats are berthed next to each other, we have to pass from one to another to reach our houseboat. The second one is our houseboat named Cruiseland. We have brought the whole family here as it is a houseboat cruise. So let me show you the rooms inside the houseboat. This boat includes 2 rooms and a hall in the upper deck. This is first room and it just looks like a resort. There's a wash area near that and next to it lies another room and there's a kitchen after the second room. On the upper deck, it's a spacious hall with a large dining table where 10 to 12 people can easily dine. And let me show you the Pallathurati where our houseboats were berthed. This Pallathurati area is a place where there are paddy fields on both sides of the river. And we could see a lot of houseboats on the river. It's a main starting point for the houseboat cruises. This road, which we see now, is the Alappuzha-Changanasheri highway. We can see houseboats berthed on both the sides as we pass through this road. We got a welcome drink as we boarded the boat and our boat started moving. Starting from Pallathurati, we reached Kainakari North via Kuppapuram, and by the next day, we reached back at the same place through the lake. So that is the whole package. We could spot these kinds of small boats, which are the major means of travel for the people of this area. And we are sailing through the river Pamba, which originates from Pyramid in Idukki, and this 176 km long river merges with the Vembanadu lake. Those are some fishermen clearing the net after the casting. They have tied 3 boats together and made it like a platform. Though it's a river, this area is deep enough as its merging point with the lake. On the left side of the river, it's full of growing paddy fields, and on the right side is a harvested land. There are a lot of cranes and cormorants to prey on insects from the plowed area. This boat is operated by the government just like the KSRTC bus. And this is the life channel of Kuttanad, as most people here still live on the areas where there is no road and most roads would be underwater for almost 4 months during the rains. So this is a boat jetty. There would be jetties like this in between, like the bus stops. So as the boat was moving, I had a quick look inside the kitchen. They're preparing lunch for us. We have some traditional items like aviyal, meen mulagittadu and chicken curry. And the fish curry in Alappuzha has an authentic taste. We get good delicious foods from the todi shops and we can never leave Alappuzha without eating the curry meat, the pearl spot, and it's being fried in the pan. So if we reach here, we could travel around by such boats. These are shikaras. This would be a best option for those who look for low budget packages. But this is just a boat which has a roof. These paddy fields give an exceptional beauty for Alappuzha, and we could see these green paddy fields anywhere and everywhere we look, and that is why it is called Kuttanad. So Kuttanad is called the breadbasket of Kerala. Actually, the breadbasket of Kerala is Kuttanad, and the breadbasket district of Kerala is Palakkad, as it produces the most amount of rice in Kerala. And these small islands are houses. Since there are low and high tides, we need to take care while we pass through these bridges, because the roof would be scratching against the bridge if it is a high tide period. We have reached the Punnamada region, and from here we enter into the vastness of the lake. There will be a lot of houseboats reaching here by noon bringing the guests, and here they'll give the boat for us to ride. So this is the gear and the accelerator of the boat. That's a speedboat, and those will take the guests from the houseboats for a 7 to 8 minutes ride, and it costs 300 per person. Those are two fishermen ready to cast their net. He has already casted the net. We may think that the water is deep enough and they wouldn't be getting any fish. But he dived into the water and the water was only as his height. And also the other guy jumped. They're staying there with the support of a bamboo they have. And after the flood of 2018, a lot of dirt has been accumulated in places like this, which reduced the depth of certain areas. And it's been afternoon when we reached the Punnamada lake, and the lunch was ready in the meantime. It was a big meal and we have wide variety of items like curd curry, dal curry, fish curry, chicken curry, avial and many more. And it was so tasty as they added the masalas perfectly. Usually the food from the toddy shops of Alappuzha are too spicy, but this was impeccable. See the houseboats berthed here. They all are berthed for the lunch. And after the lunch, we have entered back into the river from the lake. Though it is the river Pamba, it is not the same one which we have covered in the morning. So now we are entering in a small boat like this because there is a lot to see in the canals where houseboats cannot pass through. These kinds of small boats are seen in many areas to cross the waters where there is no road facility. Earlier, these used to be wooden bridges, but now it is a concrete bridge. That one boat coming whistling to us can be termed as a shop which brings necessary things like milk, curd, etc. They come at a certain time of day and people will be coming to buy things hearing the whistle. Those are two ducks. But Alappuzha reminds us of a big group of ducks. So let's see something like that. Alappuzha would be one of the districts which has the highest number of ducks reared. The farmers would be taking them to the harvested fields, which would be kilometers away, and it is so nice to see a group of ducks walking and swimming synchronously. This is the canal through which we are traveling. See, most of the houses are built next to the canals and they could bring bikes and auto rickshaws to their home through the road. But there are regions in Alappuzha which can only be accessed by boat. Paddy fields of these areas have a peculiarity that they will remain in the same altitude of the lake, and there are places in Alappuzha that are lower than the sea level. And we have to specially mention the fact that Kuttanad is the lowest place in India, which is 2 meters lower than the sea level. We have taken the package of the Cruiseland, and the journey in this small boat is also included in the package. You can book the houseboat through the website named cruiseland.in or through a call to the number mentioned in the description box. Most families here are dependent on the same water for washing their dishes, clothes, bathing, and so on. Though it seems unhygienic for the outsiders, the local people here are used to it. The people living here has built steps to reach into the water, and they use this canal water for their daily purposes. Though the current generation is not following this practice much. That's another shop on the boat. They sell ice cream, tender coconuts and soft drinks. And we brought tender coconut. They use the knife which is used to cut and shape the coconut in Florence to make toddy for cutting the tender coconut. These canals are one of the main reasons to make Alappuzha a part of Kerala's tourism map, and the foreigners used to call Alappuzha as the Venice of the East, just because these canal systems which is used for travelling like these canals in Nice. And there's no other place in India like Alappuzha where we can reach many regions through boating. This also makes Alappuzha a favorite destination for tourists visiting Kerala. After spending a good time by visiting the local areas, we reached back to the houseboat. So this is the aerial view of the place where we are now. This bridge has been the location for many Malayalam movies like Soundadoma, Pullipuliyum Aattungutiyum, etc. The beauty of the lake and its surroundings we get during the boating is really amazing, but the aerial view of the same spot gives us a different taste to define the beauty. Most areas are water bodies, and how splendid it is to see the drone visuals of these islands. We can see Kainakari houseboat terminal on the left. They were built to berth the houseboats in the night, but since the wind flow in this area caused disturbances for the guests in the houseboat, and thus the plan to berth the houseboats here at night were dropped. And it has become a place for people to enjoy the evening breeze. Though we have 2 rooms in the houseboat, me and Nancy would be staying back at the boat and the others have gone back. The Cruiseland provides 2 types of packages. The first one is the day package, which begins at 11 a.m. in the morning and ends up by 5 p.m. in the evening. And the second package is a full day package, which begins by 11 a.m. in the morning and ends by 10 a.m. in the next day morning. And since the light is down, we have reached back to the room, and it was a well-decorated place. We haven't asked them, but they did it themselves. And we are here for the dinner after the bath. We had chapati, chicken curry, duck curry and many more for the dinner. And we could say it was delicious and luxurious. We have started the next day with a small walk around. Though we have seen this area using drone, we couldn't see it ourselves. So the road is only wide enough for a car to pass. This place is Kainakiri, and this bridge is the Muttel Palam in Kainakiri, which we have showed you using the drone yesterday. Some are here for kayaking. So that is what I've said earlier. We Malayalis never understood the scope of tourism in Alappuzha totally. Because there are enough and more spots to be covered even if we take 3 to 4 days stay. That's what makes Alappuzha explicit. And I have already mentioned Alappuzha is the only place in India which is situated below the sea level. Specifically 2 meters below the sea level. And since the whole land is a kind of island, people here have their own particular culture, includes the specific lifestyle, etc. And the fact is that though there are many foreigners that comes here and appreciate their culture, most of the local tourists do not find it interesting. That's a school boat and those are used to pick students to the school. Where else could we see such a different living style? Historians say that the land where we stand now used to be a part of the Arabian Sea before the 2nd AD. But this area was shown up when the sea was retreated. And people started living here, started cultivation after creating small bunds, etc. Which is the present Alappuzha. And it is so nice to see these houseboats flowing. And the idea to build a resort like setting on a boat should be well appreciated. Anyways, it was a good tourism opportunity. So we are heading back to the boat after a short walk in Kainakiri. They said they would be starting the boat by 8:30, but we came here to walk in the dawn light. And we have reached back into the boat. Now we're going back to the exact place where we started our boating yesterday. Though Alappuzha is full of water bodies, it is never behind in the matter of hygiene. Alappuzha was one of the best 3 clean cities in India in 2016. We couldn't spot any plastic waste or bottle in the water bodies. Throughout our journey, and the staff won't allow you to throw even an orange peel in the water. And bio toilets are installed in every boat, and they don't let the waste water to mix with the lake. So we have entered the vastness of the river Pamba from a small canal, and the breakfast was ready and we are moving further enjoying the breakfast peacefully. The detailed 2 days visuals and stories cannot be packed in a single episode, so our episode is coming to an end now, and for those who wish to book Cruiseland package can contact in the details which I have given in the description box. So let's meet again with another story. Bye bye for now.